Hi, okay, so I have made a tutorial on how we are going to be doing our hair for the Christmas concert this year. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions at all, feel free to ask me. I will try my best to answer them, and I hope this helps. Bye! Okay, so for this braid, we are going to start with the part all the way to the left. Now our end goal is to have the braid, or the bun, be on the back left side of her head. So keeping the goal in mind, we are going to angle the braid down towards her left ear and across the back. So you can do a Dutch or a French braid, whatever you prefer. I'm going to do a Dutch because that is my personal preference. So I'm going to split the hair into 3 sections. 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to cross the middle section over the far left section, and then we're going to cross the middle section over the right section, and that's your basic pattern the entire time. But now I'm just going to add a piece of her hair into that top right section and then cross it under, and then add a piece of hair into that top right section and cross it under, and then add a piece of hair into the top left section, there we go, and cross it under. I'm gonna do that all the way down. I've made it to this back part of her ear. I'm going to start angling it her other ear. My goal is this back left side of her head for that bun, so I'm going to start cutting across her head now. To section off this side of her hair, so I'm going from her ear to the top of her part. I'm just gonna have her hold that for me, and I'm gonna continue braiding this to this other ear and then straight down. Okay, so now I'm just going to tie off the end of her hair. You can let go of that strands. So now I'm going to make the bun with this section of hair. So I want to make sure that I am following the natural pattern of the bun, which is to go this way, because you can see if I go this way, it's not gonna lay flat and be as beautiful. We're going to start tucking it under, and I want to make sure it's laying flat against the head, so I'm just going to pin as I go. And when bobby pinning this, you want to make sure you're doing both sides of the braid so that it doesn't fall. it's a little subjective, and we're going to end with it all in a bun, but you can go that way many different directions. So you can go over this bun, or you can tuck your fingers under and go under. I'm gonna go under because I think it will secure the bun to her head more. So I'm just gonna make a little hole with my fingers. Pop. So I'm gonna pin these little flyaways under. So now I have the braid sticking out up here. Obviously we don't want that, so I'm just going to manipulate it underneath the braid, and I'm going to pin that in place. These are not my good bobby pins. Use the other ones. These ones suck. They're better. I need to make sure your hair doesn't move. Okay, so I'm just gonna, hopefully they can see that, tilt your head to the left a little bit. Okay, good. So I'm just gonna continue wrapping these little ends underneath that bun we already have, and pinning the braid to the head. There is no such thing as too many bobby pins. These girls are going to be dancing a lot, so we want to make sure that it is very secured and not falling out with all of their little twirls. Feel it, right. But it's not like
I also have more hair than most people.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so now that her bun is all pinned, I'm going to play with this section of hair. Now this is where you get to have fun. You can do a braid here into the bun, or you can do twists, or if you want, you can go straight into it. But I am going to braid this section. Brother is very loud in my video. Depending on your hair, you can decide if you want to do this part or not, but I just want her braid to look a little thicker here, which is kind of ironic. So I'm going to kind of fluff the braid. So I'm going to go to one of the stitches, and I'm just going to gently pull up while holding the base of the braid. So now that we have this braid, we're just going to tie off the end. So now now you just need to figure out how the braid is going to lay best for you. I'm going to go across the top of my bun and pin it while I go, because again, no such thing as too many pins. Go pin crazy, man. Okay, so you could wrap this under, you could go through. I think I am going to go whichever direction you decide to go. Just make sure you're pinning, 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 pinning. Okay, so now I'm going to twist and tuck just like I did before. As best as you can, try to hide any bobby pins and just pin until you feel like the bun is against the head and that there aren't too many flyaways, or any flyaways would be best. So, because of Rachel's wonderful hair that is quite thick, it is gonna kind of sit a little bit lower. You could go a little bit higher if you wanted, if it's kind of sitting on your neck too much and it's harder for you to tilt your head back and to the left and right and all that fun stuff. But this is pretty much what your end goal should look like: a beautiful braided bun.